What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So I got a suggestion from one of my viewers, Mr. Luke. Thank you for the suggestion. To plug this ball and re-drill it. There's the 6-inch. You can see the old finger holes there plugged. And now we got a 3.5. And if you're new here, welcome. So I went out and got a few shots with this today, but I just wanted to talk about it for a second before we get into it. And at the end of the video, I am going to give away 2 balls. I need to make some room. I'm actively looking, trying to find a new place. I want to move. I want to get out of the city. I'm tired of fighting people for parking spots in the wintertime. Like, the traffic, just everything, the city, I'd rather just outside the city would be better. If I could have my own parking spot and just, you know, more space. It would be pretty nice if I could have a room. An entire room just for doing YouTube stuff. Like, yeah, that would be pretty cool. So that's what I'm working on. So, you know, I might be down for a couple of weeks. Please forgive. But it'll only make things better later. So anyway, back to the important stuff here. When I had the 6-inch pin on this, because my belief was always that if the ball's not flaring a lot through the oil, it's going to save up all of its energy for the back half and just, you know, unleash. And I'm still learning, obviously. I've been trying different layouts and different kinds of balls, and sometimes I get lucky, like the Venom Shock Pearl. I absolutely love that ball. Just the way it is. The grips fit just ever so perfectly. It comes off my hand right. I'm comfortable with it. I know what it's going to do, and I have no problem striking with that ball no matter where I go. But we put the 6-inch on this one. I rolled it, and I rolled it for several weeks, figuring, oh, let me give it a chance. Let me give it a chance. Maybe it's not the right condition. And this thing would just skid and puke. Like it had nothing. It would just skid right through the pins. And I always thought that, I mean, you hear a lot of other people out there say cover stock is 80% of the bowling ball's overall motion. And I kind of understand that because the cover stock is the actual part that's touching the wood lane. So yeah, I get that. But I'm calling BS a little bit on that. I think the cover stock is more like 60% of the overall ball motion, and I think the combination between the two of the core and the layout that you use on that core is the other 40% of the overall ball motion. So what I saw with this 3.5, you know, pinout layout was it got down the lane, and the second it saw friction, I mean the second it saw friction, it started making its move immediately. There was no hesitation whatsoever. It just like saw it, took off. Saw it, took off. And that's really hard to control to me. I think the magical layout, if you were to get a Supra and you have a similar rev rate, I don't know what mine is. Maybe we'll have to like figure that out sometime, but if you have a high rev rate and a slow ball speed, I think with the Supra, if you were to get one, I would put like a 4.5-inch pin out, and I think that would be like right in the middle. Not lazy, but not like too quick. So yeah, I just wanted to see, and yeah, we saw, so let's take a look at it. Alright, let's get into this. Oh, I better turn this down. And as you see, like, I got a couple of really nice shots when there was some oil on the lanes. It was kind of nice, you know? And one thing, this ball, like, when it gets down there, it drives hard. Like, you can see it. If you get it just right, man, this ball drives. Like that one. Now, that one came up a little light, but... It was a little hard to control, though. I don't know. And I started noticing grip pressure, how important that is. Like, just the way the feel of how the ball comes off. I mean, a lot of these shots was probably my fault. Like, I can't even blame it on the ball because... yeah. Every bowler has their day, and today was not mine. Not by a long shot. And I do plan on moving, like, very soon, so I would really like to get these balls to somebody, like, soon. The less I have to move, the better. But this was a really fun experiment. Just taking the same ball, trying it one way, plugging it, re-drilling it, and sending it down the lane again. This is a completely different ball. I mean, it's the same ball, but you know what I mean. Before, it would just skid and do nothing. Look at this thing. It's coming off the spot hard. Real hard. It has a very similar shape to the Venom Shock Pearl, so there's definitely not a need for two of those ball motions. The only thing I noticed, the only difference between these two is the Venom Shock Pearl has a little bit more, like, mid-lane read. And a little less on the back end, but it still looks the same. This one has a little more skid. And it unleashes on the back. But tends to roll out sooner than the Venom Shock Pearl. Because I went to try to pick up a few spares where I was like, oh yeah, I can hook the whole lane with this. And I was able to get it with the Venom, but it fell just shy with this one. But yeah, it opened up a rabbit hole. A huge rabbit hole. Thank you, Mr. Luke, for that. But it'll be interesting, you know what I mean? Different layouts on the same ball by the same person. Like, I think that's a good thing to see, because then you can know, you can see, like, what the ball's capable of. I've never seen other, like, bowling videos where it's the same guy doing, like, you know, one extreme layout or the other. They usually just pick one because they know what they're doing. But, you know, we'll be there one day. Just keep at it. So, yeah, I was talking about the grip pressure a little bit. And once the lanes started, like, I was rolling the Venom Shock Pearl and I was rolling the Supra, and they were both, like, really strong. And I'm like, at this point, right when the lanes are right here, I want something that will work. So just for shits and giggles, I took out the Storm High Road Hybrid, and I started rolling that one. And that one has a 60 by 5.5 by 55. And holy crap, man. Like, that ball shocked me a little bit today. But the problem was the ring finger on that ball is way too tight. it kept sticking. I kept like right when I was releasing it, it would stick to my hand, and I would just and I'd be like, oh, there it goes, and it would overhook. I would back my finger out a little bit, which I was uncomfortable doing that. It didn't feel right. But a few times it came off my hand right, and I could see what it was capable of, and I was like, whoa, whoa. Like, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted out of the Venom, the Fatal Venom. But the Fatal Venom, I drilled too weak. So now we're going to just we're going to put our swim trunks on, and we're going to dive down this rabbit hole. Taking a ball and re-drilling it. It'll be fun. I promise. So for next weekend, at some point this week, I'm going to try to plug the Fatal Venom, and I'm thinking of 4.5. Just, I don't want to go to one extreme. We just did that, so I'm gonna jump for the middle spot. Actually, what do we have on it now? What do we have it? Oh, we have a 5 on it right now. No. We have a 5.5. It's right here. Okay. 65 by 5.5 by 65. Alright. Maybe we'll go with a 4.25. 4.25. That sounds good. We're going to go with that. We're going to plug that, go with a 4.25, and try that out next weekend. If I'm not moving. Or starting the move process. I think it's going to be a couple of weeks, but that would be another fun one to try. And the reason that I want to do that ball is because I really want a solid. And I see a lot of other, like, you know, closer to pro bowlers. They all love solids. All of them. They love solids. And they have many different solids with many different layouts on them. And they think they're more versatile. So, like, I was thinking the original Venom Shock solid. It's still, I mean, it's the longest Motiv ball that's been out there for a while. It's still available, and it's like $110. So, and the Fatal Venom has the exact same gear core as the Venom Shock solid. The Venom Shock Pearl does not have the same core. That has the same core as the Venom Cobra, which is like a dual density kind of deal. So I want to see, first off, like how much we can get the ball to change its motion on that Fatal Venom just by changing the layout slightly. And that'll help me decide on, you know, what we're going to do when I get the Motiv Venom Shock. The OG. The OG solid. But back to the grip pressure thing real quick. My whole point of this, sometimes I drift off. A little bit of a space cadet. But there's a tool, and they have, they have the little motorized ones that you can plug in, and they actually have a 12-volt based one that you can get that's cordless, that has that little sandpaper on the bottom, and you can go down inside the holes on the bowling balls, and you can sand them, and you can make them just that little extra bit wider, you know, before you glue your grips in, so you can, like, sand it, put the grip in, test it, sand it, put the grip in, test it until it feels good. Because I really think if I had the grip thing situated today correctly on that storm ball, that I would have done pretty good with it. Like when the lanes were ready for it. But it just kept sticking to my finger. It was a mess. And the things are expensive, man. They're like, it's like $100 and something for that little sandy tool. And I'm always like, do I get the sand tool or I can get another bowling ball for that? But I don't know. If you can't get the balls to work right, then what's the point? I have the spinner, I have the drilling thing. And I used to take a long screw and super glue one of those little pads to it and stick it on the end of the drill and go down and sand inside the holes. But as soon as the pad wears out, you have to go and re-super glue another one to the screw, and it doesn't really work that well. So I think I need to stop being cheap and just get the damn thing. So I think that would be my next purchase before anything else. And we'll keep messing around with that venom, the fatal venom, and then see what happens. Alright, so this is where I think some of the confusion was last time, and I apologize, Luke, for this. I said comment below. Some people commented, but they commented on, the video, and I was like confused a little bit. In the original video that I said I was giving away the Supra, I'm almost positive. I could be senile though by now. It's very possible. I was looking for someone to say like, hey, I'm interested in the Supra or whatever. And then email me on the side, because I don't want anyone at any point in time to put their address on YouTube. That's stupid. But I was thinking if someone was interested in the Supra, and I'm also going to give away the Motiv Jackal Ghost, which has not been plugged. It's been drilled once. It has not been used very much. It's way too strong for me. I'm not even going to buy it. It already has a pretty weak layout on it. What does it have? 50 by 4.5 by 50. Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time with that one. It's too much ball for me. So those two balls are up for grabs. I just need an address to ship it to. That's what I need. Pretty much in a nutshell. So just let me know that you're interested. You can either do it. I would do it on. Leave a comment on YouTube that I'm interested in the whatever, and then email me at jayevans85@outlook.com. And if I can figure out how to put that somehow into the YouTube video, like in the comments below, I will. But I may not be able to, so just let me write it down. jayevans85@outlook.com. Just let me know you're interested. Like, let me know you're interested on YouTube so that I know to go and look at my email, because I don't check my email that much. And then if I go to my email and I see that you sent and you say, hey, I'm interested in the Supra, I'm interested in the Jackal Ghost, and your mailing address is there for me to take it and ship it to, and there's probably not that many of you. I don't have that many viewers, so this should be pretty simple. I'll pick the first person or whatever. But definitely I'm getting one to you, Luke. You get first choice. Mr. Luke gets first choice. Just FYI. And yeah, I'll ship them to you. I just need an address. So, but yeah, I think I covered everything I was trying to cover. I think that's it. Yeah. Make sure you subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. You guys know the deal. And I'll see you guys next Sunday.